There's this one I really want to talk about.
Are you about to say Black Panther?
It's Wolverine.
Wolverine?
I don't think he's a furry. I do think that Wolverine is a textbook weeaboo. This episode of the Sillycast is brought to you by Australia. It's a country and a continent. How do they do it? I wonder how many people I lost just for doing that.
At least the viewers in Australia.
Maybe. I love Australia. Well, there's a theme song. Welcome to another episode of the Sillycast, the only podcast on the internet that I will occasionally introduce with a fake accent. My name is Tomahawk, and I am your host. This is the show where we take any topic and then just make it so dang silly. You just squeeze it until all the silly juice is out of it. That's what this show is. I'm going to sneeze. I can feel the sneeze coming. Okay, it's gone. All right. And I think that's a decent introduction to who I am as a person. And joining me today is one of the first guests we had on this show. It's Jenna. Hi, Jenna.
Hello. I'm back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
At least a year, I would say.
Mm-hmm. So I looked it up. You were a guest on episode 17 of this podcast. Now,
and what episode are we on now?
If you were a good friend, you would know that.
You're right.
We are nearing episode 70 at time of recording.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, according to my Spotify podcast listens, you're my favorite podcast.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. Yeah. A little sad, but cool on the whole. All right. So for anyone who is not aware of what episode Jenna was on before, Jenna, you are a furry. Yes?
Yep.
You can wear that badge with pride here on the Sillycast.
Yeah. Like, it's a painful one.
Is it though? Like, I understand society is trying to, sort of discourage you from doing this. But honestly, I'm just happy that you're happy and having fun.
Thanks. Me too.
Man, that felt disingenuous, didn't it?
I could be wearing the Nobel Peace Prize, but instead it's the furry badge. So,
I mean, you'd have to work to get a Nobel Peace Prize, and let's not kid ourselves. It's probably pretty easy to get that furry badge of honor, isn't it? Or dishonor. Yeah.
Yeah, dishonor, I would say. Yeah. All
right. So if you don't know what a furry is, you can go listen to that episode of the podcast. Also, I have a short documentary, I guess is what it would be called. It's a short little informational video of what a furry is here on the channel. I'll try to remember to insert a link to it now. I think it worked.
Yeah.
Or it didn't.
It's right there.
Yep. So, Jenna, you are on the Sillycast today to help me answer some big questions. For instance, which superheroes are furries? There's a lot. There's a lot of animal-based superpowers and people who decide to name themselves after animals. Is Batman a furry? He's a grown man who dresses up like an animal and then runs around and meets up with other people who dress like animals.
I mean, it's easy to assume that he is a furry, mainly because of his lack of loving parents throughout most of his life. I would say that his social skills also aren't the greatest.
So yeah, Catwoman. If anything, if Batman's not a furry, she definitely is.
Oh, because have you seen the woman?
Have I seen the woman?
Yeah.
Which
the Catwoman? The Catwoman.
Oh, you're talking Halle Berry, like the movie Catwoman?
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen parts of it. I've never been able to sit through the whole thing. She's definitely a furry. She acts like a cat all the time. Like eats cat food.
Catnip.
honestly, does that go beyond furry, or like, are there furries who do that? Like, what's the line? What's the criteria that we're looking for here?
Okay, I personally don't associate with any furries that eat cat food in their free time.
Okay.
So, maybe, there's always a little
something.
a little razzle dazzle in there.
A little razzle dazzle.
Razzle dazzle, friends.
All right, so let's set these boundaries for what specifically would make a character a furry versus what isn't a furry. Just because a character has like an animal or whatever in their name doesn't mean that they're a furry. Like, for instance, I wouldn't consider Spider-Man a furry. He's named after an animal, but like, he doesn't even look like a spider. He's just in a weird spandex suit. He's like, I got spider powers, so I call myself Spider-Man.
They could have picked something else, Like,
so they could have chosen something else.
Yeah. Okay. So like, for instance, like Peter Parker, he was just Spider-Man, like, and that's how his name makes sense,
Yeah.
Like Batman, he could have been something else.
Yeah. He really just chose the bat thing.
Yeah.
And on top of that, people who are furry, like Beast from X-Men, he has no choice in the matter. He isn't a furry. It's not even a specific animal.
Absolutely.
Right? So I think we found our criteria. So there's this one I really want to talk about. I don't think he's a furry.
Are you about to say Black Panther?
It's Wolverine.
Wolverine?
Yeah. It's an animal. But his suit doesn't look anything like actual Wolverine's. Now, when it started, a little closer, but I don't see it. Howeverist, I do think that Wolverine is a textbook weeaboo.
Don't fuck with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side! Wait,
He loves Japan. He's an old, in the movie Logan, he has like a freaking samurai sword hung up in his room. And I'm like, buddy, come on.
Oh, let him live. Let the weeaboo live.
I'll try, but he kind of dies at the end of that movie. Spoilers for that movie that's been out for almost 4 years now. So Wolverine, furry? Yes or no? You're the expert.
No.
Wolverine, not a furry, but a weeaboo? Yes.
Yeah.
Now, going on your suggestion, Black Panther, he basically comes from a country of furries, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, everybody's worshiping the Panther goddess. It's kind of a lot. He's got a whole family line of furries. Is that what you want your family to be like? Do you want to be Black Panthers? Do you want to be Black Panthers?
I would love to be a Black Panther.
Energy drinks are fun.
That's
all right. So, Black Panther, furry, absolutely,
yeah, absolutely.
People gonna get mad at me because
this is too soon.
I mean, we're not talking about any particular version of the Black Panther.
You're right.
All right. Comics Black Panther, furry.
Yeah.
We're not discussing the MCU Black Panther. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Rip. Moment of silence.
I can't do a moment of silence. I'm not physically capable of doing that. I'm sorry. I would if I could, but I can't. When I found out about Chadwick, I sat in my bathroom and I just cried.
Yeah.
Like, it's not fair. You were in the group chat, right?
Oh yeah.
That night.
I watched everything.
I lost it.
Yeah.
Like, I was sending a bunch of messages to you guys that were just like, I was pissed off.
Yeah.
Bad times.
He really took some stuff from us.
It really did. That was a really big blow. But this is the silly cast, not the sad cast, not the sad cast.
We gotta pull ourselves together for them, for the audience.
Yeah, that's right. So let's get back to talking about the silliness of furries. Okay. Let's go look a bit more in the other Avengers. So Falcon. Is Falcon a furry? The comics version of Falcon is definitely different to the movie version of Falcon. For instance, it definitely looks like most of the time the comic Falcon suit has feathers. Yeah. Also, he is able to talk to birds. And the movies, they were like, that's too silly. We'll give him drones and we'll act like they're birds. And they kind of gave him a sort of utilitarian sort of looking suit. It looks like it could actually be useful in a fight. The comics outfit, much less so.
Nah, yeah. He looks a little vulnerable in those.
So I say MCU Falcon? No. Comics Falcon? Yes.
Yes.
What? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Are bird furries called featheries, or are they just also furries?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've yet to figure that out. I know they exist.
I highly doubt that there is an original furry out there. Like, there's like one person who's one particular animal, or let alone like, you know, what's that called? Like the name of like mammals and whatnot. You know what I'm saying, right?
No, I don't.
A mammal is a type of animal. A reptile is a type of. These things are different. It doesn't matter. I'll cut this bit. Or I won't. We'll see. Let's see what Editor Tomahawk does.
No.
Onwards. On we go. Black Widow. Furry or no?
No.
She's just a lady. Doesn't have any spider things going on. It's just that she's venomous, I think is the whole point. She has her little venom bite stinger things.
She's not no.
I don't think that's what they're called, but that's all my brain can give me right now. So yeah, Black Widow, not a furry.
No.
Rocket Raccoon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No question about it. Do you have you seen how much Rule 34 has about him?
But by our own rules, he doesn't have a choice in the matter.
Well, I didn't ask to get made.
So I don't think he is a furry. He's a furry icon. He's an icon for furries, but he himself, not a furry. It's like the animals in Zootopia. They're not furries.
He would feel right at home at a furry convention. That's all I'm saying.
He doesn't seem to like people though, so I don't know how well that's going to go over. All right. I think that's it. I think we got all the big ones anyway. And if not, we can have you come back on. No problem. God. No worries. Is this a punishment? Is this something? Have you not been having a fun time?
I have to think about others. How about like there has to be like characters we're not thinking of. Maybe
okay. How about other Spider-Man? Miles Morales.
Miles Morales? No. Peter Porker? Absolutely.
Again, he doesn't have a choice in the matter.
You're right.
So, icon? Sure. Not a furry. Because he was a spider bitten by a radioactive pig.
You're right.
He then turns into a pig.
Yeah.
Very, very silly things. How about I ask about 3 characters real fast, and then we'll wrap. Yeah. But these are not furries, at least not from what we have established. So what I think could be fun and would be fun to have you do on an upcoming episode of the podcast, if you're interested in coming back, is let's give some characters from some personas.
Oh, wow. I would love that. Sounds enjoyable.
I don't want to take up all the good ones right away. So if we want to come back to this, we can, but I definitely want to tackle Thor, Doctor Strange, and Tony Stark.
Got it. Okay, so we're making them personas.
We're making them personas real fast. Okay. I see Tony Stark as a badger, like a European badger.
I could see him as a badger. For some reason, I see like Doctor Strange more as like a cat, more like aloof, you know, very laid back.
He's kind of cat-like, yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people on the internet like to imagine Benedict Cumberbatch as an otter. I don't see it.
An otter.
But I've seen people reference that before for sure.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. And what about Thor?
I would say he's like a golden retriever, maybe.
Oh, really? I'm thinking some kind of large cat.
Large, like
a lion, a tiger, a panther.
A panther.
A puma.
I would classify Tony Stark more as like a big cat. I don't think Thor has like the big cat appeal to him.
Interesting. Because again, I'm just kind of guessing.
Yeah.
Now, is it because Tony Stark has like a sort of larger ego about himself that he would be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like he would be like the king of the jungle for sure.
But whereas Thor is a literal king, he doesn't.
No.
He doesn't get to be a king of anything.
Yeah.
It's about being something you're not. I understand. Okay. And we can come back and go more in depth with those in the future. I think we did it. We did it, Jenna. What a fun episode.
Hey.
Virtual
Wow.
high five. Nailed it. Did I add in a sound effect?
Yes.
I don't know.
That's for editor Tomahawk bedside.
Now, Jenna, I don't know if you remember this. There's a segment of the show where you get to give me a brand new Patreon tier.
Oh, wow. A Patreon tier.
So you tell me how much a person pays, and then you tell them what dumb thing they get.
$2
Sure.
for the pack.
The pack.
Yeah.
Of
That's the it's just the pack, as in like a pack of wolves,
So they're buying a pack of wolves.
Yeah, a whole pack.
Okay.
I mean that's the title.
All right, so that's the title. $2
Yeah, that's the
a
title
pack.
of it.
Parentheses of wolves.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that.
All right. And is that literally what they get? They just get a pack of wolves?
Maybe that's like the description for it, but maybe actually they get like some bloopers or like unedited cuts or something.
Nope. I think it's better if it's just real wolves.
Okay. I
will
agree.
send real life hungry wolves to your door
Yeah,
for $2 a month.
For $2.
It's a recurring payment.
Plus
If
shipping.
you don't pay me that $2 one month, I will go take my wolves back.
Yeah.
Now,
They're not happy to be taken back.
They might be. It depends on how well you feed them, etc., etc. And if you can train the wolves, you can sick them on your enemies. It'll be there's a lot you could do with wolves. What a fun Patreon segment. We did it. Jenna, is there anything you would like to plug? It could be something you got going on. It could be a charity. It could be an inanimate object. Could be a pet. What you got going on? What do you want people to know about?
My Twitter
Okay, which is
at Cyan Bang. If you want to follow me there. Any of my furry followers that love this content can find me on Fur Affinity by the same username.
terrific.
That's my username across all platforms.
I love it. I love the synergy. I don't even have the same name on all platforms. I'm constantly thinking of changing things.
I like to keep it consistent.
I understand. That's probably a good choice. I bet you're doing much better than I am. Thank you for coming on. And
No problem.
I don't know what that was. All right. And thank you, dear viewer, for checking out this very silly episode of the Sillycast. I will tackle any topic that you deem to be silly. So leave a comment below. Leave a topic. Did we get any of these characters wrong? Is someone that we said isn't a furry actually a furry, or vice versa? Comment below. Let us know. And I will be sure to send all hate mail to Jenna. And it was at Twitter at what again? I'm sure you can find it in the description. It'll be fine. What is happening? What a neat image. That's so neat. I love it. What am I looking at, Jenna?
This is a skateboarding bull terrier with sunglasses.
That's neat. I've never seen that before.
You never will again.
Ooh. I mean, you say that, but I'm going to have to edit this, so I'm definitely going to see that image again. Several times, probably.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, subscribe. That was the next thing. I think that was all I had. All right. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel called Tomahawk Presents. You can find full episodes of the podcast there. You can also find extended audio versions of the podcast at Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, thesillycast.podbean.com, or wherever else you listen to podcasts. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching the Sillycast. If you like this series, be sure to check out the other series that I have on my YouTube channel, which is called Tomahawk and Stu, where me and my buddy Stu debate fun pop culture topics like what's the best Batman gadget, what's the best planet to live on in Star Wars, what'll be the best Marvel Infinity Stone to own. Those are all episodes that are out now, and the best part is you get to vote for who you think won by roasting the person you think lost. So it can be a lot of fun. We get some people engaging. All right, I'll catch you next time.